What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're with
Porter Bazil.
and we're doing some questions and answers and a little bit of debate and a little podcast style video for y'all. So,
Glad to be
um,
here. Yeah, my name is Porter. I grew up in Lincoln, Nebraska. I have played basketball for the Under Armour circuit, and I played D1 last year, and now I'm here at Colorado Christian playing Division II. I played against a bunch of NBA players and had a lot of success this year. So,
yeah. So today we're just gonna be talking Hooper stuff, basketball stuff. But first question we got is, what's the pregame music?
so at the beginning of the year, I didn't listen to any music because I didn't have any AirPods. But at the end of the year, and that actually, I'm not gonna lie, dude. You remember when I was feeling sick before games?
Yeah.
I think it was because my nerves were building so high because I was used to listening to music
Mm.
and I didn't have music to listen to. But I pretty much just listen to the music that is on for our warm up, our warm up songs, anyways, which is funny.
Layup lines.
But more times than not, it was just Justin Bieber or The Weeknd primarily. I just turn on their top hits. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, there's that rule that's no slow jams for a game. Have you ever seen that one Russell Westbrook ad?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's what he does. He has a commercial about that. But anyway, I like slower stuff that'll just get me relaxed, or like I could go with a good country song.
I think it's Rob Dillingham listens to rain sounds.
You seen those edits of people who
Yeah.
I don't listen to anything,
Yeah.
and then the edit is just silence.
Yeah. I couldn't. I tried. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta get relaxed. If I get too hyped up, 15 minutes before the game,
Yeah,
it's like,
dude. When we played Northern Colorado, I was amped an hour before the game, and then during the game, I felt pretty much like the equivalent of how I felt when we woke up at 5 a.m. for the mile. It just felt like my legs were completely void of any energy. It was terrible. And then I had the worst game of the year.
there's probably science behind that, getting adrenaline going and then can't sustain it
Yeah.
for long. What's the pregame routine for you?
So they made us show up 2 hours before. I don't know what your thing was. I don't know if yours is the same, but everybody who was playing obviously had to show up 2 hours before, and they wanted us to watch the girls' game, obviously, but I was just there to essentially scroll on my phone because, like you said, I can't get amped up before the game. So I would watch either a YouTube video because the Wi-Fi didn't work in the gym, so I'd have a YouTube video loaded up. I just turn on a golf YouTube golf video or something and watch that. And then an hour before the game, get my ankles taped so that would get loose before the game because I don't like it when it's super tight. Hit a little lift in the weight room, get the muscles activated, and then we did that tennis ball thing. We started doing that. That was
hand-eye coordination stuff.
Yeah, that was new this year. Every single game I did that, I shot my best. It was my best shooting game of the year. The first time I did it against Metro, and then after that, it was I just kept shooting good. So
Yeah, that's that hand-eye coordination stuff. Every time I do that and then shoot after, it's
it's you don't have to warm
more.
up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to warm up your shot. It takes away the need for form shots for me. So
yeah, low key same. Yeah, my pregame routine in high school was during JV C squad games, I would just try not to be on my phone because every time I would scroll, or there was one game where I scrolled for maybe 3.5 hours, and then by the time I put my phone down, I just felt like a zombie, and I didn't feel like a real human.
yeah, that's why I usually do YouTube.
Yeah,
Scrolling just shuts my brain off. I feel
yeah. dopamine hit after
Yeah.
dopamine hit instead of like one long video
Yeah.
instead of like 50,000. Yeah, then like we would go in and I would read my Bible for games and then pray. And then I would always like they'd be playing music in the locker room and I'll go out in the hallway, like in our back room or whatever, and I would just stretch and just be by myself.
I
Yeah.
literally didn't even have a pregame in high school because I, from high school to college, my entire like way I played completely changed. I was the defensive player of the year in Nebraska, and I literally just wouldn't even think about scoring or anything. I would basically only just shoot open shots in high school, and I only
Yeah.
averaged like 10 points a game as a senior on a not super good team because I would just be. Our team was so bad at defense that I averaged 4.5 blocks a game, and 90% of them were on other people's guys that would just somehow get to the
They get
rim.
blown by and then you're just coming over and
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah. I for the games I would always have a routine of like I would always coming out of the locker room, I would do this thing, that thing. Like I would pray at half court, right before half court and stuff.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you just did like standing up, like just close your eyes, or did you like get on a knee?
I would stand up. Like at the like volleyball line, I would stand up while holding a ball and I would just close my eyes and pray.
That's sick.
Yeah. And then I would like 1 minute, or it was like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, or whatever. And then I would make a three, and then I would make the layup on the right side, slap the glass, and then I would run in.
I this year I pray at the free throw line. Like pretty much every time I made a free throw, I would remember to pray, and when I would
Mm.
miss it, I forgot to,
Mm.
and I didn't shoot very well from the free throw line at the beginning of the year at all. And then like halfway through, I started doing that, and I started shooting better. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I always do that. Like, well, like, come on, come on. Like,
Dude, it was also just so hard for me to shoot this year because all my points were like adrenaline points. I didn't get any easy buckets because we don't run in transition. And I would get like a dunk or like a crazy high pressure three. And then I'd go to the free throw line and I'd be sitting there feeling like I like was shaking almost, not even from
yeah,
nerves, from adrenaline. So I would
yeah,
just feel like I would be overshooting it or overcompensate and just almost airball.
yeah. No, there's always like you have that feeling where like my arms are just there's too much in
There's
my
too
arms,
powerful.
and you're just shooting like a football player.
Yeah. Like
Oh.
GP almost. Yeah.
When I did my shooting workout, I did my first shooting workout since tearing my ACL. So it's been like 6 months. And I, like, my hands were shaking. Like, my hands were legit shaking.
What do you mean?
Like, they were just shaking. Like, while I was shooting, like, I was shooting for like 30 minutes and I was making a lot of shots and my shots felt good. But I don't know if I got really excited about that or if I am just like out of shape. But my hands literally started shaking, and then I started missing a lot of shots. It was really weird. Like it felt like I had 10,000 milligrams of caffeine.
I wonder if yeah, that's so weird. I've never been injured before. I've never had to like come back after not doing anything for a while. So I can't even really relate to that. But I also wonder if like you know how if you don't lift something for a really long time, when you're trying to lift it, you like shake because your muscles aren't used to it. I wonder if it
Yeah,
was something to do with that too.
yeah. Maybe it's just putting my arms and stuff in different positions or something. But I don't know. It was really weird. Like even though I was just like standing there. It was,
How do you deal with like when you're super nervous before a game?
um, I think like one thing I learned from like psychology and stuff is if you like are
Like in
nervous,
class?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you're like from studying all that and if you're nervous and you say like I'm nervous, it makes it way worse. But if you say like I'm excited, then it like reframes it into like a positive
Huh.
thing.
Dude, yeah, okay. I kind of do that. Like now that you like said that, like the psychology behind it, I kind of do that without even thinking about it. I saw a John Jones clip where he was like, when you have butterflies, it's he thinks of it like a fire, like you have like a fire inside you. And he was like, you can let it like burn you down and like consume you, or you can like point it at something.
Mm.
And I don't know why, but that probably doesn't even make sense. But the way that that works in my brain just like
No, I
made me
got that.
like if I can just like put it onto something else, like just like put it like fire it at the other team and like
Yeah.
like in like a non-literal way,
Yeah.
that helps me.
No, that makes sense.
It also makes me feel like I can jump higher, like lift more,
Yeah. No,
stronger,
the
faster.
pregame layup lines, you're like, oh my gosh, like my head's at the brim.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, like before like the state tournaments, all those games, like I was a little nervous, but not really. I was just more like, this is about to be the most insane game of my life. Like,
Yeah.
this is about to be awesome. And it was just, I was really excited. And like excitement and nervousness, it's like the same feeling. Like whatever, like same,
Like
what's it called? Like
sensation.
chemicals in your brain
Oh,
are
okay.
going off. But if you like frame it into a negative way, like nervousness performs bad, excitement you perform good. And there's
Hmm.
been a lot of like tests about that with like people who say that they perform better, that they're excited rather than nervous, and then versus the control group who don't say anything. It's like nervous sucks, control mid, and then I'm excited, do the best.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah.
But it's like same chemicals, different outcome. That's wild.
Yeah, it is weird how like your mindset and just how you talk to yourself and talk about things really affects everything like about you and about how you view yourself and view things. Like even if you don't mean it, you'll start to believe it. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Like if you eat I don't know, like mayo, your first initials were actually like, yeah, that's gross. But if you like lie to yourself, you start liking it.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, mayo's too gross to even like though.
Yeah. It is really interesting how much of a difference your mentality makes. Cause like initially the way that I was thinking about it before I came to college and like had some classes about psychology, it was just like, oh, like it's just like changing the way that, like you see something, but you're literally like altering your brain chemistry and
Mhm.
it does stuff to your body.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like the other day in class, we learned about this experiment where they put like sweat pads on someone in a like running on a treadmill versus someone skydiving, and the people skydiving were obviously like more fearful than people running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
But then there's this like just random person who smelt both of the pads, just kind of gross, but like they still
Yeah.
smelt them, and they were in this like chamber room that like monitored their emotions and like chemicals in their brain.
Yeah.
And when they smelt the treadmill sweat pad, like it was like nothing. But when they smelt the sweat pad of the skydiving, like in their brain, there was like fear chemicals going off
And wait, oh,
from smelling.
from smelling it?
Yeah,
Really?
it's really weird how it's like,
What the heck?
and
That's
that's why
so
like
weird.
emotions are contagious. Like if you're around, like,
Really?
yeah, it's weird.
Dude, okay. Yeah. So I was like, this is like something that I just kind of made up, I felt like. But I was like, I feel like when I feel nervous for somebody at the free throw line, they miss it more.
Well,
You know what I
I don't
mean?
know if that
That might
yeah,
just be a superstition.
that could be a superstition.
But I literally have thought that before. I was like, I feel like if I'm not nervous about this, it'll make them less nervous about it.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And
Where
my
it's like if I just don't care, like,
yeah,
it's gonna happen the good way, not the
yeah, and
bad
like
way.
when you are fishing and you like act like you don't care, like you get a
Yeah.
bite.
You're like fishing and then I
I don't
just like
even
look
care,
over
bro.
here like I could get a fish, I can't get a fish, doesn't matter. You get a fish.
Yeah. My freshman year college coach actually turned around whenever somebody was shooting free throws.
Oh really?
Yeah, which was I was like, you're an idiot.
I've heard of coaches do that before because they're
Yeah,
like I just don't want to see. Yeah, I actually have seen that.
that's interesting.
But yeah, it's you ever been around someone who's like always negative and it just
Yeah,
makes you more negative?
yeah. Like you? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I've had my moments. I was thinking about that in class. Like when we were learning that, I was thinking about how you're like, bro, your lack of enthusiasm just made me have a lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah, when you're hanging out with someone, I've like discovered that I can pretty much make people excited about doing something that they weren't previously excited about doing by pretending that I'm excited for it.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's how like if we're like hanging out and like having a game night and people are like, "Oh, what should we do?" I'll be like, "Dude, we should play Mario Kart." And I don't even like really want to, but then everybody else is like, "Oh my gosh, wait, that's a great idea."
yeah. Yeah, it's weird with like enthusiasm. If you're like enthusiastic, someone else will like mute it a lot of
Yeah.
times. Then I'll just see there's some times where it's like, dude, just shut up, just like chill out, please.
Yeah.
You want to go for a walk? You want
Yeah.
to? No, the psychology is so weird. Like, it's so weird how people's brains subconsciously work. Like, if you're introducing yourself to someone and you're making that like small talk, you don't like ever want to say like, "So, what have you been busy with?" Because then they'll think like
Yeah.
what they're busy with and what they're stressed out about. Instead, you like reframe it in a way of like, "Oh, what's something exciting that you've been working on?" And then they'll like reframe it in a positive way, and it'll
Mhm.
give them their brain like shots of dopamine, and then they'll attribute dopamine to you.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty sick, bro.
So yeah,
Dude, I kind of wish I was like a communication major now.
yeah, exactly. I
I'm not
was
even learning anything in my classes.
no, it's cool. Like I was talking to one of my teammates, Schaefer, about it, about how like communication's a lot of psychology. He's like, no, it's not, bro. Like, no, it's not. And I'm like, well, you kind of gotta like relate to people and make yourself likable.
Yeah,
And to do that, you gotta understand a lot of things with people's brains. And part of it makes me feel evil by like,
because you're like manipulating
because you
people.
kind of are, but like with great power comes great responsibility, I suppose.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I do feel a little bit bad, but it's like at the same time, it's just like you're just making someone like you, or just it's just same thing as
You're
like
just
giving a
using the
smile.
tools at your disposal, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like saying, "Hey, you have really nice shoes." To give someone a compliment. What's the day of the game essentials? Like, what do you need before a game to be ready?
So on our Thursday games, it's the game starts at 8, but on our Saturday games, it starts at like 3, whatever. So on Thursdays, it doesn't really matter like what I eat for breakfast. Like I'll just, like I'll eat like a regular breakfast at the like a breakfast burrito at the campus spot. And then for lunch, I always eat Noodles and Company before the games because it's literally just like we had a nutritionist last year that like showed us the diagram of all the things you should eat before a game and you shouldn't eat. And the thing I ordered at Noodles and Company is like a perfect representation of all the stuff. So I was just like, I'm just gonna do this every game.
Mm. What is
Uh,
it?
it's the rigatoni rosa. It's just like it's basically just noodles and chicken, which you don't even really need to eat a protein, but I like to before a game because your body just doesn't even use it. And then that's like I'll do that like 3 hours before the game, and then I usually like to wear like a compression shirt. I don't know why. It just
Really,
makes yeah. It just like during the day.
really during
It
the
just makes like my muscles feel like fresh. I
well, it
don't
probably
know.
boosts circulation.
Yeah, that could be it. And
Huh?
then
That's interesting.
yeah, and then I'll have one of those honey stingers. It's like a honey
Yeah.
waffle. and I'll just snack on that until the game, and then at halftime too, if I feel like it.
Mm,
So yeah,
think,
most of the only stuff I really care about on a game day is like food.
yeah,
If I can get good food, I feel like nothing else really matters.
yeah, yeah. For me, like, I'm not superstitious at all.
I'm not either.
I'm just a little stitious.
Just a little stitious, yeah.
But I don't really have like any superstitions that like if I don't do this, I'm screwed. But like it's good to have a routine, but it's not good to have superstitions.
Yeah, I almost invite like
Like a
not
little bit of a variable.
yeah,
Yeah,
because I
I do
think
that
if you
too.
get into that mindset, if one thing goes wrong, you're like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, and then you just start.
everything's falling apart. Like
Mm,
one time I was sitting at the pool before one of my games. This was like an AU game. I was like, oh, I better not swim because I'm gonna play bad if I do. I was like, what? I'm gonna let myself be defeated by a pool right now? So I like got in the pool and then I went and we played our game and I got my first ever in-game dunk and it was a poster. And the thing with pools is like, oh, you don't have legs after you go to the pool. I got a poster as my first in-game dunk, and then I ended up getting a D1 offer out of interest I got from that game.
dang.
So like ever since then, I've always been like, let me do something like I do like one weird semi crazy thing before the game, like something rebellious. Maybe just like show up late, make coach mad, makes me play a little bit better.
No, I remember my eighth grade year we like went to the state tournament and won state. And during state I or during like regionals and state, like regionals the first game, I didn't have my water bottle, so I didn't drink any water. And then
The whole game?
yeah, like I was on the bench.
Oh, okay.
And then the second game of regionals, I was like, wait, I can't drink any water. So I didn't drink any water from regionals all the way to state, and then we ended up winning. And I've never been more superstitious. Like I went to the bathroom after doing this stretch, or like I
Oh my
would tie
gosh.
one shoe and then stand up, or like
So that your teammates could win.
yeah,
That's so
exactly.
funny.
And then even like I talked to my dad, and he's like, yeah, like I did the same thing. Like I'd be in the hotel room and I would put my
Wow.
toothbrush over here instead of over here.
That's crazy.
Like
That's insane.
no, my eighth grade year I fell into that really bad, and then freshman year same thing because we went to state too, and whatever my superstition was, I was like that's my superstition. And then junior year I had my routine. I was a little bit stitious about it, but like not overly blown that I would freak out. But then
Yeah.
senior year, I was like, I can't get superstitious, so I purposely like made a little just something different,
Yeah.
just because I was like, I'm proving to my brain that superstition isn't true, and then we won state.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but like
That's hilarious.
superstitions, man, it's like if you give them so much power, if you
I
don't
know.
if you don't do it, then it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we're gonna lose now, and then that leads to you losing because you're thinking like that,
Yeah.
which is just so weird.
At the end of the day, whatever makes you feel free. Like even if you do have superstitions, nah.
Yeah,
I mean, like whatever.
because then it just feels like there's a weight on your shoulder,
Yeah. It's
like
yeah.
confined to moving from here to there,
Right.
specific point and way.
Mm,
But like, you just gotta be relaxed, man. You just gotta chill.
yeah. I think whatever gets you there.
Yeah. So you see it in a lot of like young high school players, like that they get really nervous and it's really superstitious.
Yeah. One of my teammates would like cut some of his hair
Before every game,
before every game.
like a full haircut or just like a
He would like cut like
snip.
3 of his hairs. It's like, dude.
Oh yeah, this will make me win. This will make me play better.
And he didn't play.
Like he would just go
Like that to me, you're borderline on OCD with what he was doing. It was like borderline OCD.
that's
But
crazy.
that to me is like, bro, because stress is so bad for you.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that just adds stress, in my opinion, for me.
It definitely does. I'm sure if you measured the level of anxiety that comes from the superstition, like,
Yeah.
oh, did I cut the hair at the wrong angle?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, did I cut it too short this time? Ugh. And then you start overthinking your superstition. Like, what? Oh, what if I like? Oh my gosh, I'm like, I gotta tie my shoes left to right, and it took me 2 tries to tie my shoes this time. So now we're gonna lose.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like superstitions like that. You ever seen the one guy who would dump his fingers in wax? The one NBA player who put his whole hands in wax,
I think I heard about that.
and then
Was
like,
that on TikTok?
probably. I remember like watched it on YouTube like years ago, and then he
Doesn't
like
that hurt?
became like an addicted to it. I don't know. It probably not. It was probably like cooled down enough to where it's not hot.
That's
But he would like put it into liquid wax, and then it would dry, and then you like pick it off.
that's so funny.
Oh man. All right, guys. I'm sure there's not a single person watching to this point of the video. But if you did, nice job. It's probably only me watching the edit of our conversation.
I think my mom's gonna tune in too. But
So the 2 people, Hi Porter's mom.
yeah.
Yeah, that's well. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to my boy.